Hello and welcome back to the Angry Dave podcast. I am Dave and I'm here with my next guest, Tony Ocean.
Hello.
Tony, introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Tony Ocean. I'm the captain of the Fart Sandwich. It's my boat.
Tony, we met a couple weeks ago. I was out on some jet skis. You want to tell everybody that story?
Yeah, so I was on my boat, the Fart Sandwich. That's my boat. And well, I was letting out. I was going out of the harbor, and you yelled at me because I was going too fast. I was just trying to go, and so I yelled back, "I'm just trying to go," and we kind of hit it off from there. I think when you came up close, it wasn't for a hug; it was to strangle me. But I responded with the hug back, and I guess that really resonated with you.
Yeah, it did. So, Tony, why don't you give us your background? How old are you?
I'm 63 years old. I was born in the middle of nowhere, South Jersey, as you could probably tell.
Yeah, whereabouts? Was it down there where my house is?
Yeah, it's around Heislerville. It's about 30 minutes out.
Yeah. Were you born around the ocean and all that? Did you grow up around it?
Yeah, my father, he had a house, and there was a little inlet, and we would go around on various watercraft. So I've been surrounded by the ocean my whole life. I guess I didn't really have a choice, considering that is my last name.
What, you can give us like your first memory? What was childhood like?
Well, very wet, considering boats. I think my first memory was probably I was 4, and it was when my older brother, he left for the war.
Mm-hmm.
It was scary because he was leaving for the war.
Yeah. What war was that? You remember?
Vietnam? Korea? Not sure. He was significantly older.
Okay. And what was his name?
Christopher.
Christopher Ocean?
Yes.
And then, so how many brothers and sisters did you have?
I ended up with 13.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, my father, he was very traditional Catholic.
Yeah.
He did not believe in condoms
Right.
or contraceptives of any kind.
Right. Were all your 13 brothers and sisters with the same parents?
Well, I guess that's the good part about him being a very traditional Catholic. Yes, my poor mother, I can't imagine her vagina's in good shape.
Right.
I mean, the second half of us were all C-sections, so it couldn't have been going that good.
Right. So when are you one of the oldest, one of the youngest? Where do you fit in?
I'm the 7th child, so I'm almost perfectly in the middle.
Got you.
But my brother Christopher, again, he was way older than most of us.
So tell me about when Christopher went away. Tell me about that memory.
Well, I don't remember much on accounts of the war, but it was just weird because he was kind of like my second dad, but I didn't have a second. My dad was a very traditional Catholic. He didn't believe in 2 dads in a household.
Right.
But it was like losing my second father.
Right.
Except he was, my brother.
Right.
But I didn't have like we're South Jersey, not like the South.
Right.
It wasn't like a uncle brother.
Right.
Normal brother.
Yeah.
Just father-like figure.
Right.
I want to make that very clear.
And no 2 dads in the house.
No
right?
2 dads in the house. He was very traditional.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you, buddy.
I wanted to make sure. I want to clear it up.
I think everybody understands.
Okay.
All right. So tell me about what were you like as a little kid, like as a middle schooler?
Oh, I was very stupid. I was not the smartest. I think we bond on that fact.
Oh, do we?
I wasn't very good at school.
Yeah. Oh, right. Right. I wasn't good at school. That's right. I don't consider myself stupid, Tony, but.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I
okay.
try my best.
Yeah. All right. So you were stupid. Did you get in any trouble?
Um, well, I got caught boating a couple times when I shouldn't have been because I was like 12.
Right.
You can't really boat when you're 12,
Right.
but I I was really interested in science, but only the boat part. For like a semester, we were talking about the water. I was like, oh, I drink that and also go on it.
Right.
So I was interested in that.
Yeah. And what was school? You were a bad student. You were boating. Uh, any like crazy stories from like middle school, anything like that?
One time I crashed the boat. I was on it and I crashed it.
Were you by yourself?
No, I was with my youngest sister, Clarissa.
Clarissa, huh?
Clarissa. She was 4,
How old were you at the time?
13.
And you took your sister out on the boat, huh?
I wasn't the smartest.
I got you. How about in high school? What was Tony like in high school?
More of the same. I was just better at boating. I didn't crash. I did solicit drug deals though,
Oh yeah,
several times. Well, what are they going to do? Go on the boat? It's in the middle of the water.
right.
So, they would pay me and I would take a couple people on the boat and they would exchange
The drug deals.
the drug they would drug the deal. They would deal the drug,
Right.
you know?
Right. So they use your boat as a intermediary for the drug deals.
Yeah, well, I had to launder the money, and that's actually where my boating business started. If it were, so I guess if it weren't for the South Jersey drug deal community,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in business now. Don't tell the IRS,
I think we might be telling them right now.
please.
Uh, okay. I won't. I won't give it to them. I promise.
Thanks.
I am going to put this out on the internet though, just so you know. Is that okay?
Well, you're not telling the IRS.
I'm not going to tell them directly. I promise.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
That's all I ask.
All right. So yeah, you were being intermediary for South Jersey rural drug deals.
Yeah, mostly meth.
Oh, good. At least it wasn't hard drugs.
Well, I mean, it is crystals,
Yeah.
so I don't know if you're totally right about that.
No, I think it is hard drugs, Tony. That was
Yeah, rocks are hard.
yeah.
You know this, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a little bit of sarcasm. You know.
Oh,
You know what that is, buddy.
no,
Okay,
I wasn't a good student.
I hear that. I'll move on.
Okay.
So did you graduate high school?
You know, I'm not entirely sure because, well, yes, I have a diploma,
Good. Okay.
but my principal, he was involved in the whole boat. He wasn't a drug dealer. He just liked boats.
Right.
So I'd take him on boats a lot. And various women followed him
Onto the boat.
onto the boat. It was his thing. I don't know.
Right. And then you would drive your principal around in the boat with women?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then he gave you a diploma.
Mm-hmm. Personally.
Did you go to your graduation?
That's where he gave me the diploma.
That's your graduation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you did graduate.
I guess.
All right. How about, so you get to be 18. How old were you when you got the diploma at the graduation that you're not sure that you graduated in?
19 and a half.
So I guess you get held back a couple of years or a year?
Yeah, I wasn't a good student.
Yeah, we heard that about you. Did you have any girlfriends in high school? How'd that go? How was the ladies?
Well, I only really had one. At the end of my second senior year, I dated this lady. Marissa, my wife, my first wife, and my second. We got married shortly after high school, but I also joined the Navy.
Okay.
So we got married. I graduated high school at 19 and a half. We got married, and then I went off to the Navy for the war.
Right. What year? You're 63 years old, right? So that makes you how old? I mean, what year were you born?
I'm not good at math. Please do not ask these. I'm not a good student. David, you know this.
So I'm trying to do the math here, Tony. You're 63. That would make you 18 or 19 in the mid to late 70s.
Correct.
Yeah. What war were you in, bud?
I can't tell you. I signed an NDA with the Navy.
Oh, all right. So it was a secret war. Like Vietnam was over, bud. So I don't know.
Well, listen, I can't say this, but I was blowing up Vietnamese boats in the 70s and also the 80s and a little bit in the 90s, but that was a mistake.
Oh, all right. So you go into the Navy in the mid 70s.
Yeah, like right after high school, and
Okay.
also my first marriage with Marissa.
Right. Right. How long were you in the Navy?
I did pretty well. I followed what people told me. I was a great seaman. I was one of the best seamen, actually. I was there for about 6 years.
6 years. And any stories that you can tell us, despite your non-disclosure agreement with the Navy?
No, I mean, I had a great time. There's a lot of seamen, and I fit right in with all the seamen.
Yeah. Did you have any sexual escapades in the Navy?
That's really personal, David, and kind of rude that you would ask that.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
It's
So,
okay.
so did you get divorced with to Marissa while you were in
Well,
the Navy?
no. See, I was away for really long, so we got. I'm a good Catholic, so I got married and we had sex, but when I got back, I wanted to have second sex, so we got second married.
Oh, so you got divorced?
No,
No.
no, we just got second married, like good Catholics when they want to have second sex.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't think I know about this part of Catholicism, but
maybe you're just not a good Catholic.
did you go and like go to the church again and get married?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the priest was very excited.
That you like renewed your vows. Is that what you did?
Well, It was a lot like my first one. Everyone was there except the dead ones.
Right.
Um, because of the war, it
Right.
took a real toll on us.
Right. The war in 1978, or was it the earlier wars?
Well, I got married in '79.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Uh,
And then when you got remarried, what in 85 when you got back?
yes, it was 85 and a half. Because
Hey, right. Right. And there was a lot of people dead because of the wars, right?
yes,
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Were a lot of the people in your family were they in America during that time, or were they scattered, or were they actually in the Navy or in the military?
well, my mother's family they were all in the states.
Yeah.
Half of my dad's family they were in Italy because they're Italian.
Right. Right. Yeah. Um.
That's why he's so traditional.
Right. Because
Because his father
right.
and his mother too. They're my grandparents.
Right.
That's how we're related.
Right.
They're from Italy.
Gotcha.
They're Italians.
Gotcha. And
Uh, they're from Sicily.
Sicily,
Sicily, Italy.
Sicily, Italy.
Yes.
Did you know your grandparents growing up?
Sometimes.
Explain that to me, buddy.
Well, they had dual citizenship.
Right.
Not to be confused with dual citizenship, where they're citizens of both Italy and America.
Right.
They had to duel to get in with pistols, like Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr,
Right.
like the play Alexander Hamilton,
Gotcha.
where he duels Aaron Burr at the end.
Right. Did they get here in the 1700s, or when did they get here?
No, in like the 50s, after the war.
They got here in the 50s.
Yeah, after the war.
So
In the early 50s,
so-
after the war.
So your dad was born in Italy then.
Yes.
Gotcha. And where do you want to tell us anything about the Navy? Where you were?
Oh, I was a janitor.
What? You're a janitor in the Navy.
Yes.
Oh, so I thought you were blowing shit up.
Yeah. I was also a janitor.
Oh,
It's a part of the job description. I can't really get into it. NDA, you know how it is. Bureaucracy.
right, right. Were you in like a special forces unit or something?
They all thought I was special.
I bet you they did, buddy. I bet you they did. All right. So after you get back from the Navy, what do you do?
Well, I get second married.
Right,
I love the sea, being out on the open ocean.
right.
That's how I got my name.
Well, I thought that was your name for real, Tony
Yes,
Ocean. Oh,
correct.
okay, got it. So, so you got back, and what do you do?
I started fishing business that goes south. Not like it went bad, but someone from Atlanta, Georgia, they bought it out,
Gotcha.
and that's how I bought my current boat because
Oh,
I was just using a little sailboat,
right,
but it didn't have a sail. It had a motor,
right.
and it went.
That's what.
That's what motors do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Well, I know. I'm a professional boater.
Right. Would you call yourself a captain?
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't mean to offend you.
I am a little bit.
So I'm
A
sorry.
lot of my persona and who I am is built around being a captain
Right.
of my boat, the Fart Sandwich.
I mean, I see your pretty little hat there, buddy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
always wear it. It's a little uncomfortable because I have to put it over the headphones that you have me wearing.
that's true. You could have took it off for the interview.
No,
Gotcha. All right. So, what type of fishing were you doing in your sailboat with a motor and no sails?
I don't understand the question.
No, you said you had a boat and you had a fishing business that was bought out by somebody from Atlanta, Georgia, which allowed you to buy your new boat. I was asking what were you fishing for at the time?
Fish?
Yeah, what kind of fish? Any kind of fish?
Edible ones, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So then you get your new boat, and what's that boat's name?
The Fart Sandwich?
The fart sandwich. Huh?
Yes.
And what do you do with the fart sandwich at this point?
Well,
I mean, when you get the fart, you've had the fart sandwich since how long have you had it?
uh, I guess it's been about 30 years since 1992.
1992. Got it. And what have you been doing with your boating since then?
I continued fishing a little bit, but I just caught so many fish that I couldn't really catch any anymore.
Right.
And I restarted my high school boat venture, except without the illegal business. I kind of just had people on boats. It was like a party boat because it could facilitate now that
Right.
because the fart sandwich is very large.
Right. And I guess that's
It's
when
my pride and joy.
that's what I saw you. You had a bunch of people on the boat when I saw you.
Yes,
And going a little bit too fast through the wake zone.
yes, I suppose so. See, I thought you just wanted to party.
Right.
That and I mean, you did end up doing that.
That's true. I did end up doing that.
You also ended up puking
I,
off the side of my boat.
well, yeah, I do get seasick.
You also had a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, that doesn't usually make me puke, though. I usually just pass out. That's what I do. I don't know if you know that about me.
Yeah, I think it might be because it's moonshine. I made it.
Maybe it was the moonshine then, and not the seasickness. I don't know. What do you make the moonshine out of?
All kinds of things.
Oh,
Like the cattails out on the bay.
I do.
Sometimes out of those.
Hmm. All right then.
Don't tell the FDA. Can you do me a solid?
I'll try not to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, I promise not to tell them directly.
That's all I ask of you.
All right, good. So you're on the fart sandwich doing parties. Any crazy parties that you could tell us about?
None that I remember.
Do you get drunk as well when you are captaining the boat with the parties?
Hammered.
Oh, really?
Don't tell the boating authority.
I'll try not to.
Also, the ATF about the thing before they do alcohol. That's what the A stands for in ATF.
Right. Don't tell them either.
The T stands for testicles.
No, I don't. I don't think so, buddy.
Mhm.
I think it's tobacco.
No, it's testicles. I checked. I was in the Navy.
Oh, all right, good, right.
The F stands for fart sandwich.
You're such an idiot, Tony.
I wasn't very good at school.
I heard that about you. All right, so tell me about current. You have any kids, anything like that? What's the family life like?
Well, Marissa left me because I spent too much time on the Tony Ocean. I meant on the Atlantic Ocean, really.
Right,
It wouldn't be a regular ocean. There's a lot of ocean. There's at least 3.
right. Yeah, there's more, but yeah, there's at least 3.
I can name 3.
Can you give me them, Lenny? Let's play that game.
Okay. Atlantic, the Frank Ocean,
Uh huh.
the Indian Ocean.
That's one.
That was 3.
Yeah, Frank Ocean's a person,
No, I checked on the map.
and you're in the Navy too, right?
Not anymore.
Oh,
It's confusing.
it certainly is. All right, so Marissa left you.
Yes.
You ever have any kids?
No.
Any lady friends? Anything like that?
No.
So you haven't had any relations since Marissa left you?
None that I can remember. Hey. No, I'm very lonely.
Oh,
I only had sex twice because I'm a good Catholic.
right. The first marriage and then the second marriage to the.
Correct.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. So what's your plan for the next 5 years, Tone? What are you up to? What do you think about doing?
Boats, making moonshine. Maybe I'll start selling it instead of drinking it all and giving some to my party guests.
Right. Right. You thinking about getting back into the drug trade or no?
No, it's gotten too easy to track you with all this technology now.
Yeah,
You know,
it's true.
it's like fingerprints. Once they introduce fingerprints, I was out. Like they would have gotten me if they invented fingerprints.
Do you still like being a sea captain?
I love being a sea captain more than anything.
What's the thing that you love most about it?
It reminds me of being young
And what does that mean? How does it remind you of being young?
because when I was young, I I was on the water a lot.
Right, and it's the same thing you've been doing your whole life.
Correct.
Gotcha. Anything you don't like about being a sea captain?
Sometimes I vomit because the ocean goes like the waves.
The waves, yeah.
Yes.
And the current? Yeah. Current?
No, that's electricity.
You didn't do that well in school, huh?
I liked science.
The science of boats.
Yes.
Are any of your siblings still around? I mean, you're 63. You said some of them are much older than you.
Yeah, well, Chris, the oldest one, he's the only one who's no longer around.
Okay.
I miss him a lot.
Yeah.
The Vietnamese didn't, though.
He d- he
Please
not-
do not laugh at my loss.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I joke because that's how I cope.
I know.
To laugh. It was not funny.
Oh, my
For
fault.
you.
My fault.
I'm very disheartened.
Well, so I'm very sorry that.
I will not be inviting you to my next boating adventure. However, the one after, I will definitely invite you. I enjoy your company, David.
Thank you, Tony. I enjoy your company too.
Thanks.
I'm sorry that your brother died in the war.
It's okay. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. What would your parents say about being when they were? I'm assuming the parents have passed away.
Yes.
What would they say about you as a kid, as a child? What were you like as a child?
I was obedient.
You never gave them any problems, really?
No, I mean, when it came to the boat, they kind of let me do what I wanted.
Yeah.
We were a seafaring family.
How about as a brother? What would your siblings say about you?
Reckless when I was in middle school because I didn't know how to drive the boat that good, and I used to take my siblings out on boat because I was pretty good, just not that good.
Right.
To the point of, I crashed it.
Right.
The boat.
You were good for a 13-year-old?
Yeah, I would say. I'm better now, I think.
Well, that's good. That's good. How about now? What would they say about you now? How's your relationship with your family now?
I don't see them much. Most of them moved away. Um, a lot of them work in the shipping industry now, so they're away a lot
Right.
because they're on boats.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a local venture,
Right. Well, and then are you mostly out of Wildwood these days?
in and around. Sometimes I'll go to Atlantic City.
Gotcha.
Gambling.
Ah.
That's a way to launder money.
It. Yeah, I heard that about gambling.
Yes,
So how do you succeed at doing that, Tom?
I hardly succeed. I'm gonna be honest with you here, David.
Yeah.
I'm not too good at gambling.
Uh-huh. Good.
I lose a lot of money.
Oh, so you're not laundering anything then.
Unsure.
Gotcha. Gotcha. If you were to launder money, how would you try to do it at the casino in Atlantic City?
Unsure.
Good answer, buddy. Good answer. You're getting better at this. You're learning.
No, I'm not very good at learning. I wasn't a good student.
All right. All right, bud. So I got some questions for you about some perspective that maybe the world can benefit from some Tony Ocean perspective. You ready for that?
Yes.
All right. You have any advice for 18-year-old Tony Ocean?
Um, Graduate high school. Probably don't fail sophomore year. Which I did.
Yeah. How about 18-year-old version of Tony Ocean going out into the world? Would you change anything? Would you tell him to do something different?
Maybe don't be a janitor. Maybe be something cool, like the cannonball and the cannon.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you know, into the ship.
Yeah. I don't think we'd be talking right now if you were the Cannonball Tone.
Why not?
Right. Um. How about what do you think the 18-year-old version of you would think of the current 63-year-old version?
I think a young Anthony Ocean would be significantly disheartened by my law-abiding nature. See, instead of helping along the South Jersey drug trade,
Right.
I now only commit a few crimes, like boating under the influence, which
Mhm.
shouldn't be a crime.
Right.
Joe Biden,
Hmm.
Obama,
Right. Definitely their fault.
William Clinton.
Yep. Not a Bush, right? No Bushes.
I'm not into that.
No.
Clean shaven.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about, Tone. But
Huh?
in any event, um, how about Donald Trump? He wouldn't have had. It wasn't his fault, right?
He was on that reality TV show, right?
He was. He
He
was.
wrote that book.
He did. He wrote a book. He was the president of the United States for 4 years.
What?
He was. Were you?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. A lot of us try to forget it, but
I was probably drunk.
yeah. Did you hear of COVID, by the way? Ever hear of COVID?
No.
Bet you
Have
didn't.
some water.
Yeah. Could you cover your mouth, maybe?
No.
All right. How about? Do you have any regrets, Tone?
I can't say that I do. I love my life. Maybe actually remembering the last presidency. That would probably help
Yeah.
jog where I am and what I'm doing. Other than that,
Yeah.
So to answer a previous question, if I had some advice to a young Anthony F. Ocean, it would be to remember the year 2017 through 2020.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. How about losing Marissa? Do you have any regrets about that?
No, we kind of went our separate ways. Our marriage went south. Not in a geographical sense, in a literal, well, I guess not a literal sense, but
Figurative.
a figurative sense.
Mm. Mm.
Um,
What? Yeah, she got tired of you being out on our boat so much.
yes, so I guess I could have invited her out on the boat more.
Right.
I just thought it would be bad for business because she doesn't like boat.
Right.
She gets pukey.
Yeah, like me.
Like, yeah, like you.
Uh huh.
on copious amounts of moonshine.
You have an event in your life that was most impactful?
Probably when my leg got taken off by a shark
When did that happen?
in the Navy.
And did you lose your leg?
Yeah, I got bitten off by a shark in the Navy
But it looks
during the war.
you don't have a peg leg, bud. Like, is that like a prosthetic there?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, okay. Um, can you tell
My
us?
leg.
Can you tell us about the story about the shark story? What happened?
Okay, so I was on the boat janitoring, cleaning up after all the seamen on the boat, and well, there was a shark. It was during the war, so there's a lot of sharks,
Mm-hmm.
and the shark it jumped out, and it went on my leg, and then clean off. And then I went to the sick bay,
Yeah.
even though I wasn't sick. I had no leg,
Right.
and they went, "You don't got a leg,"
Yeah.
and I went, it hurts.
And did you stay in the Navy after that, or did you get medically discharged?
No, they just.
Did,
I was a great seaman.
did they sew the leg back on? How did that work?
They just let me keep working.
Telling you have a leg. You have two legs right now. Like I'm looking at two legs. Can you explain to me what you're talking?
Jaws was a good movie. I forgot.
Oh, you.
Sorry. You know what? Steven Spielberg, he's an amazing director. He makes you forget that what you're watching on the silver screen isn't real.
Yeah.
He's a amazing artist.
Uh-huh. So, how about a real story now that might be the most impactful thing that happened to you, or is watching too many movies the most impactful thing to you?
Jaws was a good movie. Sharknado was too. All like 8 of them. Did you know one of the moms from Dance Moms this is a real fact. One of the moms from Dance Moms was on like one of the most recent Sharknado movies.
Really?
Left hand and right hand to God. Both of them.
So, when you're not boating and actively engaged in being inebriated, that's drunk.
I know.
Is that what you do? Is you watch movies
And Dance Moms.
and Dance Moms?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Mostly movies about the ocean, like Jaws and Sharknado. Well, Sharknado's more like land, but it's got an ocean element, like the sharks.
Right.
They're from the ocean. I learned that in my science ocean book class.
Right. You have any pee, puke, or fart stories that you want to share?
Okay. Well, my the reason why my boat is named the Fart Sandwich, actually, this harkens back to my fishing days.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do, and this is a little gross,
Give it to us, buddy.
but I would go, I'd lower my buttocks into the water, just let one rip,
Right.
And then it was so bad, all the fish would go up to the top.
And you kill them with your farts, huh?
Correct.
Did you make little bubbles in the water when you did it?
It is gas, yes.
It did that, huh? Did you ever shit yourself?
Well, when you're forcing out farts like that, and I had a loose anus from the Navy.
Oh.
All the work I did.
What kind of work was that?
Manual labor. Manual labor.
I don't think I want to know anything more about that, buddy.
Okay.
Ever have any near-death experiences at the sea? In the sea?
That one time a shark bit off my leg.
That was a movie, bud.
What?
Remember?
No.
Steven Spielberg?
He's a fantastic director.
I heard that about him. Have any crazy employees?
I'm a one-man show, baby.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Well, if you want to talk about crazy business,
yeah.
Back when I was soliciting meth deals, on my boat.
Yeah. What was that boat's name, by the way?
The Gas Passer.
Okay.
Because it used gas and it would pass by the other boats because it was very fast.
Yeah.
That's how we avoided the authorities.
Gotcha.
Like the police and the water police, also known as the Coast Guard.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about the crazy story on the gas passer.
We're out on the boat one time. Deal gone wrong. You've seen it in 1,000 movies and TV shows.
Yeah,
You know, they got the product, not enough money to cover it. They think you're trying to scam us. So I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, the two guys with the product,
yeah,
the product is crystal meth.
right,
Yeah, I want to get that clear.
right. It's good. It's important.
Yes, they're dead.
Okay,
I don't remember how.
right.
They were up one moment, and then they were not.
And what happened to them?
Well, they died.
Yeah. Then what did the other guys do with them?
They put them in the ocean.
Did you help them?
They were already dead. There was nothing I could do.
Right. Did okay. All right. That sounds like a crazy story. You sure that wasn't from a movie?
I think it happened in my life. That's kind of insensitive, man.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm a little bit insensitive. I'm a little bit insensitive.
Are you like this with all your guests? Does someone open their heart up to you and you're like, are you sure that didn't happen in a movie?
Tony, but you just told me about a shark story that happened actually in a movie. So I'm just making sure.
What movie? I want to watch it.
Jaws. Did you ever see that one?
That's such a fantastic movie.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time for my 20 questions. So I asked everybody that does this podcast 20 questions. You ready for them?
Yes.
Tony, what makes you angry?
The land, the Coast Guard, the ATF, they all prevent me from doing what I like to do.
And what you like to do is?
Drinking moonshine on my boat and going very fast.
Gotcha.
Including in wake zones, apparently.
Yeah. You don't know what wake zones are, huh?
Well, I don't really get them. I think you're supposed to be awake on the water at all times.
It's true. You're not supposed to go.
It's just basic safety.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go very fast with a big party boat and 30 people on it. Just saying. Anybody else ever yell at you over the years for going too fast in the wake zone?
Well, my ears aren't too good on account of the war.
Right. What makes you happy, Tony?
Well, this is a pretty easy answer. What's my last name?
Ocean.
Ding, 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 ding. You got it right. That's what makes me happy, baby. I love the ocean. I love my boat, the fart sandwich. I love being a captain. I love being on my boat.
If you could talk to any one person, dead or alive, who would that person be?
Probably my favorite oceaneer, Jack Sparrow.
And what would you talk to Jack Sparrow about?
Being on the seven seas and drinking alcohol.
Do you know Jack Sparrow's a character in a movie?
It was based on a real life
guy
and events.
He's a ghost. You know that, right?
They took creative liberties, I assume.
Okay.
Like British people aren't real, but they're in the movie.
British people are real, Tony. There is a
name one real British person.
I can think of a lot of real British people.
Where have you seen them? The movies?
How about all of the royals? The royals,
like the song,
like the king and queen of
We
England.
will never be royals, royals. It don't run in our blood. Like that one?
Not like that one.
Oh,
like the king and queen of England. You don't think they're real?
Where do you see them? On the telly, right? Like they're not real.
Right. It's true. I do see them through a television.
The telly. That's what they say. That's how I know they're not real. Real people don't say the telly.
If you could change one thing about the world or in the world, what would it be?
I guess make British people real. They talk funny, and that would make me really happy.
I think you can get your wish.
Are you a genie?
I am.
Wow.
Yeah. Poof. British people are real.
That makes me so happy.
If you could change one thing about yourself, Tony, what would it be?
Gills.
You want gills?
That's my second wish. Oh, Genie David.
Yeah, I can't do that for you. I'm not that talented, bud. Sorry.
You got to go back to genie school.
It's true.
Did you fail your senior year and also your sophomore year?
No,
that's what happened to me.
Maybe I'll go get my second set of diplomas. Like you got second married.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any hidden talents or something that people would be surprised to know about you?
Well, you just heard one. I'm a really good singer.
You are.
Yes.
You want to give us a little bit more of that singing voice?
Sure, what should I sing?
Uh,
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars.
it's beautiful.
Thanks.
Did you have professional training as a musician?
We sang a lot of sea shanties in the Navy,
Hmm.
like Frank Sinatra
Right.
and Louis Prima.
Louis Prima. What's your favorite Louis Prima song?
I got a woman as big as a house. Yes, sir. As big as a house, pushing a fence. You won't believe when you look at her. She's ginormous, colossal, gigantic, colossal, immense. Why try to deny it? She's just what I like. That one, the Fat
Uh-huh.
Wife song by Louis Prima.
Was your wife fat?
I don't know. I feel like if I say yes, I don't think there's a good way
To respond to that?
to. Yeah, because
Well,
if I say yes,
you got divorced in the 90s, buddy. Like, I think it's okay.
oh,
You could say whatever she is. If
I
she
mean, she was on the heavier end,
gotcha.
but that's what I like.
You like chubs?
Yes, sir.
What is your biggest fear, Tone?
Uh, really hot weather.
Yeah, that's what scares you the most is just being very hot.
Not me. I'm scared of all the water evaporating.
Like we're too close to the sun hot. That's what you're afraid of?
Yes, really hot weather.
No. Like hot weather where you would evaporate.
Yeah, but more importantly, all the water.
Hmm.
So then the boat, the endless sea, disappears.
Do you have an everyday struggle?
Getting up constantly hungover is extremely difficult.
Yeah. How about you drink less? That might help you.
Yeah, but it's really fun. I encourage you to go drink and boat. Just don't tell the Coast Guard I said that.
Yeah. Especially not on a public podcast, huh?
Especially.
Yeah. What is your best quality?
I'm a great navigator. I always know where I'm going, especially in life.
Right.
Like after this,
Yeah.
I'm driving down to New Jersey.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on my boat and go to sleep because I don't have a house.
Right. When was the last time you were in the city before this?
A couple weeks ago, I was driving my boat and I was going up the Delaware and I smashed into a boat carrying a lot of latex and I poisoned the Philadelphia water supply.
Did you get sued for that?
They never found me.
They might know who you are now.
Just don't tell them.
I'll try not to.
Thanks.
What is your worst quality?
People tell me I'm really loud all the time.
Yeah. I could see that.
I can't. On account of the war, my eyes aren't too good.
Yeah.
Neither are my ears.
That secret war that you were in?
I can't talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to get me in trouble with the government.
Right. No, I'm going to get you in trouble. Yeah.
If you keep prodding,
That's true. It's true. There's nothing else about this podcast that can get you into trouble with the government. Nothing else.
I can't imagine there is.
Do you have a favorite karaoke song?
I don't do karaoke because we went to war with the Japanese and they blew up a lot of boats.
I got you. So
Karaoke's Japanese.
it started in Japan. That's right.
Yes.
So you won't sing karaoke because it has a.
I only sing with songs that have the original. I also don't like covers, but that's just a personal thing.
Gotcha. So do you sing karaoke at all? How about not karaoke? What song do you like to sing out loud since you have such a wonderful voice?
Fly me to that one by Frank Sinatra.
It's a great ditty. It's a great little ditty.
Why are we talking about boobs?
I said ditty, not titty.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite type of music?
Whatever my dad used to play.
And what was that?
Louis Prima and Frank Sinatra.
Any music that you hate?
Anything that's not Louis Prima or Frank Sinatra or that one Royal song.
You
I
have
can't remember who it's by.
can you sing it for us again?
No,
All right. You're getting a little aggressive there, buddy.
sorry.
That's all
I'm
right.
really drunk right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You need another drink or you're all right?
Yes, please. Boy, grab me a drink. Young child, boy, child.
Yeah. Nick, can you grab him a drink, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. What annoys you most about others? Guzzle that down there, buddy. There you go. Yep.
I just don't like unnecessary noise.
Right. If you are arrested, what would your friends think?
Voting while inebriated.
Pretty easy to think of. You have a spirit animal?
No, but I got spirits. Ah, it's alcohol.
You have an animal that's your favorite?
Pelican.
The pelican, huh?
They remind me a lot of me. Big mouth on the water.
It's good, buddy. You have a favorite place you ever been? You've been a lot of places.
Probably the inside of that boat carrying latex.
Hmm.
It was very pink, like the pink latex gloves.
Uh-huh. How about like a place in the world, Tone? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh. It was just it was cool in that boat. It was very big.
It's very big.
It reminded me of my days in the Navy during the war.
When you got your leg chopped off but didn't.
By a shark. It was very painful.
Yeah. In that movie.
What?
Yes. So you made me lose an animal that you like.
Pelican.
Oh, the pelican. I asked you that already. Favorite place that you've been?
Oh,
Place in the world, Tone. Place in the world. Focus.
does the water count? Venice, final answer.
Venice. Got it.
Steve, ding, like the Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Family Feud.
Yeah. Favorite event you went to or are a part of? Anything? You ever been to like a concert or?
So like not like drag race, like the people who dress up in like drag race, like with cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do those with boats.
You do that? You like that?
Very fun and illegal.
Oh, so you don't do it in like events? You do it just
Well, they're events. They're just not
sanctioned?
Yeah, by the United States government.
Yeah. How you feel about the government, Tom?
They let me have a boat for some reason, so they're all right.
Gotcha.
We don't agree with their alcohol and boat laws and their speed and boat laws, but they let me have a boat. I do have a license. I can show it to you, officer.
I'm not an officer.
Oh, you're wearing blue right now. That's why I got confused.
It's a black shirt, Tony.
Oh, I can't see that well on account of the war.
Right. How about any advice that you give to other people, but that you don't take yourself?
Enjoy nature. And by that, I mean, like, sit amongst the trees. I don't like trees because that's where the bugs are. But I tell that to people because I heard on the boat radio one time, someone said it's calming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
I got bit by bugs and also a shark, but that was before.
Right. Tony, if you weren't a sea captain, what would you do?
Does janitor in the Navy count?
No, I mean now, like if you didn't
Oh,
if you didn't give your life to the sea, would there be anything else that you would want to do in your life? Like anything
making meth? Probably. I mean, listen, I've only done two things really. And it's boating and being in the meth business. And I wasn't directly involved in the meth making.
Right. You were the middleman.
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I think I do pretty well. That's the lesson of Breaking Bad, I'm pretty sure. Cook meth.
Right.
I can't imagine there's any other.
Right. Right. Yeah, that it's good for you, right? That's the message.
Yeah, even though the guy dies in the end, sorry. But
right.
I kind of feel bad, actually, about that. Maybe don't leave that in.
I think it's going to get left in.
It's been many years since it was, like, at least 10, probably.
How about, what do you want to be remembered for?
Like that one line in Dead Poets Society featuring Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. I want to be remembered for being a captain. I
Yeah.
don't I don't remember that movie. I just remember they mentioned captains. That happened in that movie, right?
I believe it did.
Okay. I was worried.
Yeah. Nobody lost a leg in that movie though.
No, I
Um,
get it confused with Mrs. Doubtfire a lot. Sometimes in my dreams, I'll have nightmares about Mrs. Doubtfire.
oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Why?
I think she's really pretty, but also I know she's Robin Williams.
Right.
And that causes questions that I'm not prepared to handle, even at my age.
Yeah. Would your dad approve of that?
I'm not sure. He's dead now. It doesn't really matter.
It's true. It does not matter. So that's my 20 questions, but I have one more. When you reach the pearly gates, assuming you go to heaven, what do you want God to say to you when you get there?
Did some pretty good boating, and I'm glad I sent the fishes to be with you. When I die, I know this is my 22nd question that I ask myself every night because you never know what it's going to end. When I die, putting this out on public record for anyone to hear. When I die,
Yeah.
I want my body and the great words of Danny DeVito. When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash. He said that on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right.
That's the city we're
Yeah.
in.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So what do you want to happen
Oh,
when you die?
I want to be slingshot in the ocean. I want all of my friends. That includes you,
Thank
and
you,
also
Tom.
you, dear boy who brought me water. I want
That's
you.
Nick. His name's Nick.
Good for you, kid. It's a good name to have. I want you all to build a very large trebuchet, and I want you to trebuchet me into the ocean.
Fully clothed?
You know the answer to that question.
I don't. I don't. Yes, in a captain uniform
I want nothing but my hat to be on.
and naked. We're gonna have to affix the hat to you. Probably sew it to you. Is that all right?
I'll be dead. It doesn't really matter.
Right. Any songs you want to play at your funeral? And what the fuck did you say? What is that thing that you said? The slingshot? What's it called?
The trebuchet,
Is that a slingshot? What the hell is it?
it's an old weapon they used in medieval warfare.
With the ball, where they throw the ball.
Yeah, not to be confused with the catapult, which had a similar result, just different. They built it different.
Ah, that's very.
There's a counterweight on the trebuchet,
Oh,
right? And they would cut the rope and they would let it, and they'd let the counterweight go down and it would fling a ball.
do you curse at all, Tone?
That is against Catholic doctrine.
Gotcha. How do you feel about abortion?
I
You're not going to answer that, huh?
thought this wasn't a political podcast.
It's not. It's not a political podcast. I'm sorry.
I win, you lose.
What do you think about Donald Trump?
I don't remember him. He liked his show back when it ran.
George Bush Jr., George W. Bush.
He was president. I remember that.
Yeah,
And I remember the war.
there was a war when he was president. That's true. That's true. 2001. After that,
And 3.
and 3. That's true. There was a war. There was still a war in 2003 as well.
Well, there was a new war.
Is it? What new war was that?
Don't remember.
Gotcha. You have anything else for me, Tony?
I can't imagine I do.
I can't imagine you do either. All right. Well, say goodbye to everybody. I think that's all we got for now.
Goodbye to everybody.
All right. Until next time.
I'm Tony Ocean. I don't know if I introduced myself.
You did introduce yourself. You did. Until next time.
I'm the captain of the fart sandwich. That's my boat.
That's right. Until next time. Did you just burp again, Tom?
Sorry.
Are you going to let me close out this podcast?
Yes.
Are you hungry, buddy?
A little bit.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get you some food to.
Preferably fish, maybe shrimp.
You like seafood, huh? I bet it's easy to remember. Yeah. Well, I mean, you just housed a jug of vodka. So I think maybe some food's due here, buddy. You think I'll do some food?
I like food.
All right. I'll get you some food if you let me end this podcast.
Okay.
All right. Was Was that a dog? Were you making dog sounds?
Yes.
All right. Can you stop making sounds?
Okay.
Okay. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.